Welcome to another episode of Run of Show. I'm Tanya, your host. Today's guest is my cousin, Reshell Henry, founder of Phoenix Holistic Life Coaching, an experienced Reiki master dedicated to helping people move from trauma into healing and transformation. Reshell brings deep insight into how energy healing, mindfulness, and community gathering experiences like sound baths can support wellness and emotional balance. We'll talk about her approach, her upcoming workshops, and how you can benefit from these powerful practices. And a special thank you to this season's title sponsor, Roxy, and her band Password Reset. Her company, Crystal Soundstage Productions, is your go-to for live sound, production support, and creating unforgettable experiences at your events. I appreciate you so much. Let's jump in. Well, first of all, I would like to thank you for joining me on the podcast today. I am so excited to have you on the podcast because we're going to talk about these classes and workshops that we're going to be doing this year.
Yes.
But before we jump into all of that, I want to let our listeners know a little bit more about you.
Okay.
And I'm going to start. You're my cousin.
Yep.
Yay! Cousin. So I've known you for a really long time.
Yep.
So I know most of the answers to the questions. but for those who don't know, tell me, are you a Pensacola native?
Yes, I am.
Yes, you are.
I was born here. My mother was born here. My grandmothers were born within an hour of here.
Where at?
Oh, Grandma was Defuniak. And Granny was Flat Rock, Alabama.
Flat Rock, Alabama. Mm-hmm. Where's Flat Rock, Alabama?
It's between here and Montgomery.
Okay. All right.
It's maybe an hour and a half.
Yeah. Have you ever been there?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
But here, yeah, our moms are sisters, so definitely.
And they were both born here.
Yeah. They were both born here, yeah. And most of my kids were born here. Your kids were born
both
here.
Both of them, yeah.
So tell me a little bit about you and your family.
Okay. So I'm married, and I have two children. A girl who is 32. I hope that's right. 32, yes. And my son is 18. And my husband's been here since 91.
Where's he from?
He is from the military. So he was born in Rhode Island and was there for 9 days before his dad was shipped to Germany, and the whole family went. So he kind of grew up overseas a little bit.
I did not know that about him.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Yep, he's a military brat. His dad was Air Force. And we've been together for 28 years.
That's a long time.
Mm-hmm. And everything's good, and we're happy. And we've got our home. And
you got your fur babies. You got your dog.
Got a dog and two cats.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, so share with me a little bit about what it is that you do.
Well, I am a stay-at-home mom, but I do sound therapy healing. And I'm a Reiki master, so I do these things on the side.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to go to school for massage therapy.
Yeah.
Yes. I just became ordained. You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that. Yeah. We don't hang out enough.
I know, right? So I do a lot of little side things, bringing just little bits of money here and there. My husband is a truck driver. And I started off going to school for medical. I was a medical assistant.
I remember that. Mm-hmm.
Certified nurse's aide. I did those things. That didn't really work out for me. So I went into life coaching, and that opened up doors for me all over the place. So I took the sound healing certification, the Reiki Master I became a Reiki Master over the years, and got into yoga, things like that. I'm not a yoga instructor yet, but
you do. Everybody should do yoga. I'm always saying, they're like, oh, I heard here, yoga.
Yeah, yes, yeah. Stretch that out.
Yeah, absolutely. What got you into all this kind of stuff, though? I mean, was your family into that, like, originally?
I've always been into music. Mm-hmm. I've always loved music. Music would heal everything. Mm-hmm. So I've always been into the sound and the vibrations and the frequencies and that sort of thing since I was young. And so sound healing has always just been in me. It's just been a natural part of me. Yeah. But I didn't really get exposed to it until I did the life coaching course.
Okay.
And through that, I learned how the instructor that I had was amazing. And she taught me, it was more than just the mental, the psychological. She brought in the body, the energetics, the spiritual, all of it. And so that's when I started opening up. I knew that I enjoyed sound. I knew there was something to the vibrations, but that's when I opened up and started learning more about that. So I took a sound certification course and learned a lot more about it, learned how to use
sound certification course. That's
sound
neat.
healing.
Who knew they had something like that? How did you find out about it?
Online,
just researching?
Well, there was commercials that were popping up because I started getting into these crystal singing bowls. Right. And through that, a woman that sells these does the sound healing certification course. And so I bought a bowl from her and found out more about her business and took her course and became certified and learned a lot more about vibrations and frequency and how they work. And,
Yeah, that's like a hot topic these days.
It is. Yeah, it is. But our voice was actually the first healing vibrational instrument. Our voices are programmed to our bodies. So everybody's voice is different. Everybody's body is different. Everybody puts out a different frequency. So our voices are tailor-made to heal us. Just like a cat purrs. Yeah. They're healing themselves.
Right. The sound of your mother's voice, things like that. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And the ISKCON, International Society for Christian Consciousness, that I was involved with for a while, one of the main things, and a lot of people have heard about it, is the Om sound, Om or Om. And that's supposed to be healing for you. Like when you say it, towards the end, you put your tongue towards the roof of your mouth to give it that vibration. And they call it brain washing because you're washing your brain with that vibration. And you say, and that really does something for you. I couldn't say what. I didn't study that much into it. So maybe you could tell us. So what do these vibrations do for us?
Okay, well, the way that I lean more towards are the chakras. And chakras are energy centers in your body. Okay, so most people have heard of acupuncture, acupressure. So they hit little areas where energy pools up. That's where they put the needles in you. You have rivers, energy rivers that run through your body, and those are meridians. So chakras are big energy centers down the center from your brain down to your spine. There's 7 of them. There's many more, but the 7 main ones are what most people know about. So I work with those. Being a Reiki master, I already work with the chakras and with the healing in that area. So I use the bowls that the frequency resonates with the chakras. Right. So for example, I'll do an overview of someone and say their throat chakra and their root chakra are blocked. I'll get the bowl that goes along with the root chakra and the bowl that goes along with the throat chakra and use those bowls on that person. And they resonate with that vibration, that frequency in that person. Right. And it helps to basically break it up, open it up.
Right. And so the energy flows through your...
So the energy can flow.
Through your
because
body.
If the energy is not flowing, say, for example, your heart chakra was blocked or even moving in reverse, the energy gets stuck there. So the energy flows up and down through you. And if it's getting stuck in your heart, you could start to develop physical ailments around your heart. You could eventually end up having a heart attack.
Oh, my goodness.
If you have a blockage in your lungs, which is associated with your heart as well, you could end up getting cancer in your lungs. So you can get physically ill from this energy not flowing properly. Right. So we got to be flowing.
Yeah, you got to clean it. You got to do regular maintenance. Not only, you got to take a shower, use soap, but you need to clean your energy too.
Yes, absolutely.
That is so fascinating. We'll talk more about that because we have some events coming up. One of them being a sound bath. We're going to talk about that.
Yes.
But let's talk about events in general. So now that you're foraging into this world of events and hosting classes and workshops, I mean, are you excited about that? Have
Absolutely.
You done events before in the past?
Okay, so I was involved with this group that would go camping twice a year. It was called Kioki. And we would go out to the woods, a bunch of tree huggers going out to the woods, having a blast, and we would do drum circles. Which I was very, very into. And I was involved with coordinating some of these events. And one year, it rained
Oh, gosh.
terribly. The Great Flood.
The Great Flood.
Yeah, that's what we called it. Oh my goodness, there was so much rain. There was tents floating down the river.
Yes.
It was a washout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So we didn't get to do our events that we had planned that year.
Right.
You know, most of the people left. They lost
Right.
their things and they left. A lot of people just left their tents and their supplies and just
Oh,
ran
my
for
gosh.
higher ground.
Yeah. And then as the coordinator, you had to be responsible for all of that. Because I know we've done these campouts she's talking about, semi-annual, and you have to pull a permit. You have, and you have to have so many latrines.
Per 50 people.
Yeah.
A latrine for every 50.
For every 50 people, depending, and then there's so many rules that you have to go and you have to be responsible for. So now all these people are leaving and they're leaving all your stuff. So you had to be responsible for it. Did it take forever for the rain to stop? How did you deal with that?
Oh yeah, it was flooded. We were fishing tents out of the river. There was a few people that stayed behind and just tried to salvage everybody's stuff.
Right.
But yeah, there was water everywhere. The snakes came out.
Oh my gosh, I bet.
The biggest snake I've ever seen in my life was that day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
they were huge, big snakes, water moccasins, black snakes. So we had to watch out for those.
Yeah.
And it was a trip. It wasn't fun, but looking back at, I can laugh at it now.
Right. All the anecdotal stories.
Yeah.
That's one that I missed. And I hear a lot about the Great Flood, but I missed that one. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
So tell me, what about one of your favorite events that you've done?
Okay. So another thing that I do is I make jewelry. I wire wrap and make jewelry and other things.
What got you into that?
Gosh, I don't remember. I've always been really creative and artistic with my hands. I believe it was a friend of mine. I think she was wearing a piece that she had made. And I asked her about it. And she said she made it. And I was like, I've got to do that.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah.
So I got myself a spool of wire, and I've always had crystals and stones and stuff, pretty much my whole life. So I just grabbed a couple pieces and started wrapping them, and I did really well.
Yeah.
And I realized, hey, I have a knack for this.
Right.
Yeah. So I started getting into it, and we had an Earth Day event here in Pensacola. So I went in with a couple of friends, and we got a booth, and I put my jewelry out, and I made about $300.
Really?
Just on little handmade trinkets. Yeah.
Awesome.
Just in one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that got you hooked, huh?
Yeah.
You're like, I can do this.
So I started an Etsy shop, and
Oh, you did? Oh, I didn't know about that either. See,
Yeah.
I learned all kinds of fun stuff.
yeah. So yeah, but I made this spider web for a friend. It was a request, so I do requests. But it wasn't jewelry, so I do other things too. But you put it in a door frame, so you have a doorway, and it goes in the corner. You need 3 hooks, and it's this web, and there's a little tiny crystal in each corner.
Right.
And then I made a little crystal spider
Oh,
with wire and crystals.
cute.
And,
Do you have any pictures of that?
I do.
Oh, you're going
It's
to
on
show
my
me
Etsy
later.
shop. Yeah, I will.
Oh, yeah. We'll definitely share the link to your Etsy shop in there.
Okay.
So people to see all your fun stuff.
Yeah,
Now, all of this, Reiki and the crystals, it's all very woo-woo.
it is.
That's what a lot of people call it, woo-woo.
Yeah.
But it really works. It's effective.
There's science behind it.
Right. And frequencies and energy and all of that. And I'll leave it to you to know all these things. You went and did all the classes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've learned about it on the internet, but
Yeah.
I'm not certified bona fide, which is why I was so excited about you wanting to do a sound bath at Seabrook Marketing. A Seabrook Marketing, for those of you who don't know, is actually a small event space in itself. Now we can do, like I said, intimate, about 10 people so really one-on-one, attention, small groups. And so we're going to be doing the sound bath. Take me through, what are the benefits of attending a sound bath?
Okay, so first of all, the first sound bath that I went to, I was blown away.
Yeah.
I had no idea what to expect. There was a big gong. And when I first walked in, I saw this big gong, and I'm like, oh my gosh, is it going to be like, blah, you know? But it wasn't at all. Gongs are amazing. Let me speak on that for a second. Some of them have ribbed edges, and you don't always just hit the gong. You can take the mallet and just rub it down the side of the, rub it down the middle of the gong, and it makes these eerie, like these eerie sounds, and these different sizes of mallets make different sounds, and there's so many different things you can do with the gong. But she had all these singing bowls like this, quartz crystal singing bowls laid out, and little finger chimes, and all these little knicky-knackies. Instrumental things, and we all laid down, and we paid our money, and we went and laid down, and the sound literally washed over us. We could feel the vibration washing over us. If you've ever been to a concert or stood in front of a speaker, you can feel the vibration. Like you can almost feel the hairs on your body. It wasn't quite like that because it wasn't loud. It was like sound. It was the vibration. It was the frequencies. For example, these are tuning forks, which I use to heal. I use them in my Reiki sessions, and we've got 2 different types here. This is called a weighted. This is unweighted.
So the weighted has these little balls on the end.
Yes.
Disc, I guess.
They're weights.
And then the unweighted
it just
looks
fork.
like a wishbone.
Yes, just the plain fork. So they're absolutely different because if you listen, the weighted is not very loud.
Yeah.
So the weighted, it's still vibrating. You use it to touch, to heal.
I can feel that.
Yes.
Oh.
And you'll continue to feel it for a good while. It continues to vibrate. So what this does is it breaks things up. If you have a tumor or a cyst or constipation or anything, it's going to literally break it up like you could imagine a vibration would do. So that's what the weighted forks are for. The unweighted, they have sound, a more intense sound.
That you can feel also.
Yes.
That's crazy.
So you can hear it. It's not loud like a concert, but you can still feel that energy. And especially if you're in a sound bath, you're laying there, or you can sit, your eyes are closed, you're relaxed, because they'll do a little guided meditation in the beginning to get you good and relaxed. So you're open to listening to the sounds, feeling the sounds. Yeah. Now the unweighted, this is more for healing energy. So you don't touch with these. You don't touch your body. You just go around and heal the energy field. So that's what those are. Cool. Yeah.
Who knew you could do so much with sound?
Yeah, my mom was having some bad shoulder pain. So I started practicing on her.
Oh, yeah.
And it worked.
Yeah.
Every time she would be like, the pain's gone. Like, it's gone. And a couple days later, it comes back because these are attachments that, that we have, that we draw to us essentially, or an injury that we've had. It's not healed, completely. That takes time.
Right.
So the pain would come back, and she ended up buying herself a couple tuning forks. Yeah. And the tuning forks have vibration or hertz vibrations just like the bowls. Okay. So they can go along with the different chakras or different ailments, different frequencies. This one's a 528 hertz, which is the spirit or the heart. Right. So if I was using it with Reiki, I would use it around the heart, or use it as just the whole aura. It's said to help with your DNA, to help organize your DNA, where this one the weighted one is a 128. So this one is really good for pain.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. Not all of them are good for pain, but they all vibrate and they will all break up. But this one is specifically good for pain. So my mom, coincidentally, not knowing what she was doing, went out and bought the one that was good for pain. So she started using it on her shoulder. And over time, you can heal yourself.
Right.
You know. So, yeah.
Nature's medicine, sound.
Yes.
So now we're going to be having this sound bath. So you have these bowls and they're tuned to the frequencies. So you go through like a whole guided thing. And
okay. So yeah, I would have everybody sit and relax, do a small guided, meditation just to get you relaxed. Because when I go in and see my Reiki master, I'm laying on the bed, but my shoulders are up like this. So she'll just come and push my shoulders down to the bed. Yeah. And as soon as she does that, I'm just like, oh.
Right. You didn't know you needed that.
Yeah. I didn't even realize I wasn't relaxed. So I'll talk you through and just make sure that you're good and relaxed so that you can receive.
Right.
And then I'll start with the sounds. There's different types of bowls. This is called a Tibetan bowl, and it's a little louder. It's kind of loud, but I won't so much be hitting them as and they last a good minute too.
Yeah.
So while that one's going, actually, let me use this one with this one. So I'll have a couple different bowls going at one time. I'm holding this one, so I can't do that. But I've got several crystal bowls, and I'll have a couple of these going, and then just do the different sounds. I'll have a couple bowls. You know, the bowl will continue to ring while I hit a couple of these. And there's some finger chimes that I can hit occasionally, and just I have never done a sound bath, so this will be my first one.
Oh,
that I'm
we're going to
actually
learn together. It's going to be so much fun. Well,
So-
you say you haven't done one, but you've been playing with them for a long time. Yeah,
I've been practicing on my own, but I've never done it for a group of people.
Right.
Yes.
So this is big exciting. It's coming up January 18th. If you're interested, we details to follow. We're still working out all the things, but we definitely picked a date, January 18th. And I would love to have a bunch of people there for this wonderful experience. What else can you tell us about these crystal bowls?
Well, okay, so this one is set to G. It's because they each have a note that they're set to also, which is the throat chakra.
Okay.
They are 99.99% quartz crystal. So they're almost completely pure.
Wow.
And they come in different sizes. Generally, you'll find a full set of 7. There's 7 chakras. A lot of people like to go along with the chakra like I do.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And most sets go from 6 inches to 12 inches. Each one being different, each chakra being different. Some people choose to have all their bowls the same size, but the octaves aren't really right on if they're all the same size.
Right.
So it's better to have different sizes.
There's all kinds of things you can do with them.
Yeah.
Okay, so now getting back into the event topic. So tell me, did we already talk about your favorite event?
My favorite event was the Earth Day.
The Earth Day,
with the
that's right, because you
jewelry.
sold your jewelry. Oh my gosh, how much fun was that? And are you going to do more Earth Days?
I plan to. I stopped working with the jewelry. Excuse me. When I started getting more into the sound therapy stuff, I kind of put the jewelry on the back burner. Right. But it's been brought up to me 3 times now. Today's actually the 3rd day in a row that my jewelry has been brought up. And so I'm going to get back into it.
There's your sign. There's your sign. Maybe we can do some classes on that too.
That
some
would be amazing.
wire wrapping
I thought
classes.
about that.
We've got lots of ideas.
Yes.
We were talking over Thanksgiving about how I've got this space that we could totally have all these events at. So let's start filling up the calendars. So we're going to be doing one major event each month, starting with the sound bath in January.
The 3rd Saturday of every month,
And,
we have a different event.
Right. I'm so excited about that. And then whatever kind of things that we can throw in around that, like a wire wrapping class would be great.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Run of Show. A special thank you again to our season's title sponsor, Roxy, her band Password Reset, and her company, Crystal Soundstage Productions, the team you can count on for live sound, production support, and unforgettable experiences at your events. You can find Run of Show on all of your favorite podcast platforms, so be sure to like, subscribe, and share. It truly helps the show grow. Now, let's get back to our conversation with Reshell.
Yeah.
Now tell me, what are some of your tips and tricks for having a really great event? Are there any tools that you use?
Okay, so confidence first in yourself and your stuff and your things. Because, for example, my jewelry, I knew I had a knack for it, but I had no idea how people were going to respond to these things. To my pieces.
Yeah.
So when I saw the response and the demand, it really put a fire under me to move with them. And I did. I made a lot more. Yeah. But planning.
Yeah.
Have a good solid plan. The Earth Day that I did do my jewelry, it was a great sunny day. So check the weather if it's going to be outdoors.
Right. That's a really good tip.
Remember the weather if it's outdoors. And if you need help with things, if it's big things that need to be moved or carried, make sure that you have people to help with that. Right. Basically just planning, make sure everything's in place and have a backup plan.
Right. Yes. Backup plan. Because things never go 100% according to plan.
Right.
Ever.
Right.
Ever. I've never seen, if there's ever, y'all tell me in the comments, have you ever had a perfect event where everything went great? Even our most favorite events, there's always some little thing that you forgot or a hiccup, so planning, backup plan. And you're not the only person that said that. So that's definitely a thing.
Plan. I have a bad knee. I wear a leg brace. I was not thinking to bring my leg brace to Earth Day.
Right.
And I ended up very hurt, and I had to be sitting down towards the end. I actually wanted to leave a little bit early. So, yeah,
right.
It's not always perfect. And that seemed to be, everything was so smooth and went so well, but I was in pain because I didn't bring my leg brace. I didn't prepare.
Right. Have your list, check it twice.
Yes. Yeah, lists.
Yeah, check it twice. Santa Claus isn't the only one that checks the list twice.
Yeah.
Now, if people want to get a hold of you to maybe have a sound bath or a Reiki session, what would be the best way for people to get a hold of you?
Okay, so I have my jewelry on Etsy. It's Shells Handcrafted. My name is Reshell, but it's Reshell is my name, so I just use Shell. That's what my family calls me, Shell. So it's Shell's Handcrafted. That's my Etsy shop where my jewelry is and my wire crafts. I make ornaments for Christmas trees. It's not just jewelry. So I've got that. And then I've got, I'm a life coach, as I mentioned before, and it's Phoenix Holistic Life Coaching. That's my page. I've got a Facebook page. I have my information there if you would like to have a session with me, a life coaching
session.
Out
there.
Yes.
Okay.
I haven't done too much with the sound yet. I just got certified. This is new to, actually doing events, having a page. This is new. So I'm still working on that. Yeah. But you can find me on Facebook. Feathery22 is my Facebook. And I think that's about all I've got right now, but I'm growing.
Yeah, growing. Yeah. And I think events are the best way to, if you really want to get your name out there or what you're doing, I think events are the best way to do it. That way you give somebody something to talk about, give people something to talk about.
Have some cards, pass them out.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I'm so excited about this event. I can't wait because I've never done a sound bath myself, so I get to experience it for the first time and get some healing.
Yeah.
So what words of wisdom would you like to leave our listeners with?
The word confidence just popped in my head. You believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. That's really the best thing I can say. So many people don't, and they don't reach their true potential. There's so many things we can do. It's unlimited, the abilities that we have, the gifts that we have, and we don't even know it. We tend to focus on the negative things, the things that we're afraid of. So just have confidence in your, believe in yourself. Absolutely. That's probably the best thing I can come up with right now.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Thank you so much for sitting down and talking with me today. We're going to absolutely have to do this again after the sound bath. For those of you who missed it or can't make it, we'll definitely talk about it again and what the good parts of it were, what the bad parts of it were, and how it's going to be better next time. But I'm sure it's going to be great either way.
Yes, absolutely.
Either way.
Yes, it's going to be like to me, it's going to be a practice round, kind of. So even if it flops completely, I got that practice in.
Right, but it's not going to flop. It's going to be great.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Yes. See, there's that confidence we're talking about right there. It's going to be great.
Yes.
Speak into existence.
There you go. Manifest it.
Manifest it. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.